Look at all this corn. Today we're harvesting all of our sweet corn. We've started on it a few days ago. We've got these first 2 rows picked what was ready. There were still some left on these plants that are not quite, they weren't quite ready, but they should be ready now. But we are planning to pick everything today. Got my awesome helpers out here with me today. Working on having that laundry basket filled already. Our sweet corn did really good this year. I mean, as you can see, we've got tons of ears in here. Now, we tried a new variety, which is called Golden Queen. Normally I plant Silver Queen. We decided to change it up. We wanted to try yellow corn this year, and this was supposed to not be a hybrid, so we gave it a try. The ears are a little bit smaller than what we're used to getting, and it's not because of any drought conditions or the plant's not doing well, because I mean the plants did great. So I think it's just the variety that we picked, just smaller ears, but it tastes amazing. Once we're done with these corn stalks, we will pull them up and feed them to the cows and to the pigs. They love them. You bringing another basket, bud? Grab a few of them and go over here and show you real quick. Here, cows. They're coming from everywhere. Wanted to show you something else too. So after we're done picking, usually you'll see some of these have a second ear coming on. I want to show you why we don't pick those. Let me set the camera down and I'll tear it open, let you see it. When you open this guy up, you've got all these silks. So the silks, the pollen falls down onto the silk, and that's what pollinates and produces the fruit. So if you look right here, most of these have started forming after the pollen's done up top. It's pollinated the first round, but there's nothing to pollinate the second round. So most of the time you get these wonky looking, let's see if it'll focus here. It's not a full cob, not fully developed. So it's basically useless. Now the cows will eat this, but there are very few, there were stray few pieces of pollen that obviously made it to the silks, but that's really no good. Well, this is the rest of our harvest. We've already picked 3 baskets full prior to today, and then we've got another 5 here, so that is a very good harvest. Now there are a few that are smaller that were on the ends, just little bitty cobs, but then you've got some that are, I mean, these are decent sized here. We had probably I don't know, 12 of that are about this size, and then the rest are kind of just smaller, you know, decent size but not huge. So that's a lot of corn. Out of what we've already picked, we've already cut it all off the cob and vacuum sealed it and put it into the freezer in like 2 and 3 pound packages, and I think we've gotten like 25 pounds or 26 pounds already in the freezer. So this is going to be a good addition. We'll leave some of it on the cob and the rest we'll take off and freeze some and can some. Not supposed to reach through the fence, Goofy. Miss Impatient. Our tomatoes need help. Now they're starting to produce really good and they're looking great. We've already tied them up once, but it's time to do it again. And I want to try something new this year. I've noticed on the interweb that there's a lot of people that take off all of the leaves below where the fruit's at and take those leaves loose, cut them off, and it helps with airflow around the tomatoes and cuts down on a lot of the disease and blight and all that good stuff. So I think we're going to try that this year, see if it works. So definitely make getting the tomatoes a lot easier. All right, let's take a look here. Now these suckers, just like always, I'm going to save them with just a leaf on the top or two, and we'll root these and make new plants. That one's broke off here. We'll take him loose. They say you only need the top leaves of the tomato. I'm not going to butcher them all the way just yet because I want to make sure that this works before we have no tomatoes, but definitely looks cleaner. I like it. I'm actually going to take this off and root it. I think it was a sucker, but it's grown into a massive plant almost. I think we'll leave him. Much better. We just take these suckers that we pruned off, put them in a glass of water. Now these here we did a week or a week and a half ago, and as you can see they've already got roots coming off the side. These are ready to go in the ground, and you just keep doing that. Just keep pruning your old tomatoes, putting them in water. You'll have one or two every now and then that'll die and actually not take root, but as a general rule, they're going to root. Even these little guys, you got the little white roots, and then you've got more plants. So we started most of these in this 2 rows here from seed, and we've been taking cuttings, and we've got a whole nother row and a half, almost going to be 2 rows here from just cuttings. So it's, if you've got patience, it's the way to go. Well, the blueberries are just about done. You can see there's still a few little guys left on here, sparse. Nothing really on that plant. Down here, this plant bloomed again, so it's got a few more up here, but for the most part, they are all done for this year. We actually got quite a few pounds of blueberries off of just these few plants, so we were extremely happy about that. Now I've just got to get this last row mulched with the weed barrier to put down, which I'll probably do next week. Just got busy and haven't had a chance to go get pine bark, so plan to do that hopefully next week. Our little pineapples are growing. They are, you can see, about the size of a little bigger than a baseball, a little smaller than a softball. And they're getting their little crowns on them now. So, coming along nicely. Now if you look right down in there, those are babies that are going to shoot out of there, which will make new plants. That's the only stinky part. You only get 1 fruit off of a plant, and then that's it. But it will produce a bunch more babies. So we'll take those babies and turn those into new plants. And then it'll take about 1.5 years to 2 years to get fruit on them. So it's been fun. We've done it a few times in the past, in years past, on a small scale, just 1 or 2 plants. This is the first year that we actually had, you know, quite a few pineapple plants. So they have never gotten as big as the ones you get in a store. No telling what they're feeding those things with to get them up that big. But they'll get decent size, about the size of a softball. And man, they taste so good. Way better than store-bought. And we've started picking blackberries. You can see there's one that's just about ready. These are fairly small. They're not like the normal big blackberries that you see. These are thorns. These have thorns on them. They're not the thornless blackberries that are made hybrids or whatever, bred for fruit production. But they're still delicious. Now this plant right here has got quite a few on them. A lot of them on there. That's about the average size though. They're not very big. Check out these oranges. That one's about the size of a golf ball. They're looking good. Buttercup had to come get her some loving. Didn't you, girl? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. She's such a sweet cow. You sweet cow. Well, I think that's going to be all for today. I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.